quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
Rockets here at home in this Western Conference matchup, live here in Houston. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
All right, ready to go?
I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Tip-off goes to Houston. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Pelicans.
Can't be sleeping, keep on waking without the woman next to me. Guilt is burning, inside I'm hurting. This ain't a feeling I can keep, so blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me, don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me, don't blame it on me. Blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. So blame it on the night. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
Live, the home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So the Rockets win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, the shot blocking pair of Davis and Ashik inside. Gordon the off guard with Evans at the 3. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And looking at Drew Holiday, there's one thing he could do to really improve his game. Something that would for the first time in a full season, helped get his field goal percentage up over 45%. And that's just to get to the rim more often. Attack off the dribble.
Nasty, absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of
I
tricks
tell
there.
you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
Stolen by Beverly. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Monty Eunice. Feeds it to Howard. Stolen by Gordon. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Harden. On up the court. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
The dish to Harden. From 15 feet away. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
This one for three. And another three for Houston. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Tipped away. And Tyreek Evans is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Evans against Harden. It's Ariza on the wing. Off target from outside. Pelicans trailed by 4.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6 going into the final games. I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But, you know, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out West.
Rockets lead by 5. Brewer wishes to go to it. And the 3 off target. For New Orleans, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And the shot is good.
They got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Now, here's Brewer. Following the shot by Drew Holiday. And Tyreek Evans is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Dishes to Howard. To the middle. Here's Beasley. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. Really, the right play defensively, if you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
Pelicans trailed by 9. Here's Cole. He kicks it to Anderson. Cole, the pass to Ajinça. No good. And Houston the other way now.
And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. Smith, he's checked in for Corey Brewer. 1:19 left here in the first quarter.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he ripped it down.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that.
And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that. And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Here's Terry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The Rockets again can't hit.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Cunningham kicks to Anderson. Pass to Ajinça. Banked in off the glass.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's a...
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are... afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
The baskets go. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Martin and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. And it's Beverly in at the one spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets.
And Anthony Davis growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, Spartan. Humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
Stolen by Gordon. The finish.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
They get it back. Here's Holiday. Asik dishes to Holiday. And finally they hit one. Holiday's got 10 points in the game.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
It's Harden with the drive. Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And guys, for most of his career, Asik has been going back and forth as a starting center. Only started 2 games his first 2 years with the Bulls. Signed an offer sheet with the Rockets and started 82 games for them in his 3rd season.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Well, going back to Asik, he lost his starting job to Dwight Howard in his 4th season. He was in Houston, so he didn't want to come back and have his career labeled as a guy coming off the bench. So, Greg, he reportedly asked to be traded, and that's what he got.
Well, and you know what? The Rockets shipped him off to the Pelicans in exchange for a protected first-round pick, and he became a starter again. Moral of the story, don't put Omer on the bench. He won't like it.
A whole new 5 on the floor. Pelicans trail by 8. Holiday attacking. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of 2 halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor.
And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
And Tyreek Evans is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. New Orleans making a switch here. Pondexter's checked in. And Davis sends it back. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Montejunas with the steal. That's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. And the basket by Gordon.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Montejunas kicks to Beverly. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And Holiday, here we go. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better. And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Kicks it to Pondexter. No luck. Good D by Ariza.
Well, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
Montejunas.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Ariza has the open look. And a miss there on the triple. Pelicans trailed by 3. Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's 11 points for James Harden.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Ashik. Anderson comes in for Davis. Ante Cunningham's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
That's a 3-second violation. Rockets ball.
Rockets leading by 4. Over to the wing. Here's Gaudlock. Rebound by Ajinça.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
They retain possession. Anderson's shot is off.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Houston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Capella with the bucket. 44 seconds left in the first half. Stolen by Terry. And now Brewer running the floor.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is Cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Anderson. And it's Beasley in the corner. And another 3 for Houston.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
Here's Cole. The kick out to Anderson. Here's Ajinça. And that's not going to go. And that...
All right, Houston, coming out of the corner.
Now the second half about to start here in just a few moments. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Now the second half about to start up. And begin any moment.
What a performance from Harden here. He's got 11 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Cunningham is up there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. Then there's Tyreek Evans. And it's Cole in the 2 spot. And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
You know, as the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans became a matchup that nobody wanted to see. Very tough against teams and had very few weaknesses, too.
So for the Pelicans, Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Gordon comes in for Cole. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Cunningham. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Well, for the Pelicans last season, they were a tough matchup. The defense was one thing, but their mentality, the way they thought through the game was fantastic.
Yeah, and Kevin, you look at their record against other playoff teams, and it stacks up well. I mean, they made the playoffs by never thinking they were at a disadvantage on the floor. And having that kind of confidence in a young team, that only really speaks for positives moving forward.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Harden after Eric Gordon's miss. Now Evans running the floor all by himself.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
And so here is New Orleans. Harden missing his last shot. And it's sent back by Howard. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. It's Davis with the drive. Douglas, the open look. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
The Pelicans call timeout.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
All right, Houston, coming out of the
And with the way the Warriors went on a rampage last year, you knew that Alvin Gentry would be in demand. Was the architect behind the Warriors offense, is one of the best offensive minds in our league.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And that's Evans penetrating. Gordon kicks to Davis. On the wing, Evans. Anderson outside. Shot clock at 6. Davis with it. And it's Howard picking him up. And Davis can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Davis sends it back. Here's Holiday. Score the basket. It's number 6 for... him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting. Houston leading by 3. Harden kicks to Beverly. The 3. Pelicans pull it in.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
The Rockets have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Harden, that's good.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Gordon. The pass to Davis. Holiday with the 3. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got his 5th assist in this one. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career, the historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
You know, and the funny thing about Davis having similar numbers to Hakeem, he came very close last season to putting up a quadruple double. Hakeem was one of only 4 people to ever accomplish that.
With a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Monty Eunice. Goudlock's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. And New Orleans also making a change. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Anderson.
You know, Davis might get a quadruple double at some point. Last season he had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 4 different occasions. The rest of the NBA had a combined 0 in that category.
Here's Capella. It's stolen by Davis. Moving it up. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a 1-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability. Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Cunningham is checked in for New Orleans. Norris Cole comes in for Drew Howley. Capella the pass to Ariza. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Houston.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Well, they've also really been dialed in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
And it's Houston on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Pondexter in for Eric Gordon.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Stolen by Terry. Here's Gaudlat. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
Pelicans trail by 9. Here's Cole. Makes it off the glass. Cole's got 6 points.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Terry dishes to Ariza. Ariza with another miss. And up the floor again for New Orleans. Running the court.
Well, that was a dynamic two-hand dunk there.
Right in the face of the defender.
Just tough and gritty with the elevation.
On its way from Beasley for 2. And the wing jumper offline. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy fouls.
That will count. No good. Well, it's been an exciting game. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Rockets leading by 5. They've got Trevor Ariza. Terry is out there with Andrew Gaudlat. Then there's Beasley. And it's Capella in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Timeout called. The Rockets
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now here's Harden, following the shot by Evans. And the jam by Harden.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now, here is Harden. Pelicans with the rebound. Anderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Gordon. The shot is off. Excellent defense there from Smith. Harden outside. Jacks up a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And that's now 21 points for James Harden. And Holiday kicks to Ashik. Pass to Gordon. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Harden with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Back to Harden. Anderson with the block. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Here's Harden. Clock at 6. And the jam by Manajunas.
Tacked a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark, bringing it down hard, my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Rockets ball.
Here is Harden. Now the feed to Howard. Good.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Here's Davis. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Howard, good.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Davis. It's blocked. Harden the pass to Beverly. Harden kicks to Manajunas. Houston moving the ball around. That's good. And the Rockets lead by 16.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And, guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. You know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
call timeout.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
Omer Ashton, he's checked in for Anderson. Pelicans trail by 16. Gordon kicks to Davis. Outside Holiday. And that one hits back iron. And it's Houston's ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Beverly. Harden against Holiday. Harden has a wide open look. Misses the wing J. The Pelicans shooting pretty good tonight at 48%.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
To the wing on the left. Stolen by Holiday. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And that's now 18 points for Drew Holiday. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Beverly dishes to Harden. Passes it to Howard. Smith outside. Evans against Harden. Excellent D there from Holiday.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Houston.
Clark, the differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
They made the defense adjust by moving the ball like that, and there was no answer for it.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for James Harden. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Stolen by Harden. .50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another miss by Harden.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Holiday inside the line. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. The three from Harden. Another miss by Harden. Feeds to Davis. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater efforts.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later. It's a contest here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as the Thunder play one at home. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. So off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Now here's James. Lets it go. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by James.
Man, you just got to rave and marvel at a shot like that from Kevin Love.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. The drive by LeBron. No good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Durant, the pass to Ibaka. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving it around. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
LeBron, no luck.
Perfectly played defensively there. He made that a very difficult look. And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Stolen by Westbrook. Durant at the elbow. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And Thompson throws it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Now here's Westbrook. 6 points for him. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Well, you look back in the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Dellavedova dishes to Fry. Irving drives in. Fry, good.
Assist from.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
The Thunder leading by 3.
You know, every franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happens. The hard part of it for the Thunder is that it happened while so many of their stars are in their prime.
Irving kicks to Shumpert. It's deflected. Here's Waiters. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Dion Waiters traded last season to the Thunder. They wanted him as a shooting and scoring threat off the bench. Didn't want him to try and fill the void that Harden played when he was a member of the team.
So he gets them both. You know, Greg, for Waiters, it would be unfair for the Thunder to ask that of anybody. You know, that's tough to do. Clark, hard to make up what Harden had accomplished.
Yeah, and the Thunder even asked Waiters not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparison.
I won't bow down to no man.
Today on 2K.
And